Hey Wellington, look, there's a few big things going on around Wellington this week, and this court order is just about updating you on those things. First thing I wanted to talk about is the government's plans for regional government. So they've said that they want mayors in a particular area to replace the role of elected regional councillors. We're going to have to look at what that means. There are questions about democracy. We want to make sure that people who are making decisions about the area you live in and about our environmental protection are people who are democratically accountable and responsible. I think what it's more about is about driving more councils into amalgamation. We know in the Wellington region, a couple of councils had referenda about that. So the issue about amalgamation is alive and well in Wellington, and we're going to have a look at that. One thing that really concerns me is about the future of Māori representation at that regional council level, because it looks like they want to get rid of that, and we shouldn't be permitting that. That's a really important obligation that the Crown has, and therefore councils on behalf of the Crown have under the Treaty of Waitangi. The other big news this week is about the Deloitte report called Future Fit Pōneke. It was a report about Wellington City Council. A couple of things about that report. Firstly, the report didn't make specific recommendations about any course of action. What it really did was hone in on some areas where Wellington City Council can do better and needs to do better if we're to be more effective and more efficient. One thing I can assure you of is that this council is really committed to making sure that the council is as cost effective as possible, that we are getting cost out of the organisation that we don't need to have, because we need to keep those rates rises as low as possible. We have a revenue and financial value working group that's being run by Deputy Mayor Ben McNulty that's going to be doing a line-by-line review, looking at all those sorts of things. But we'll obviously work with the leadership of council to make sure that the work of the Deloitte report and the other stuff that we're doing is working in harmony with each other. But all the big decisions we make will be decisions of the council. We'll work closely with the workforce and their unions on anything that involves changing staff. And the third thing I just wanted to mention is about the government's proposals for State Highway 1, particularly the second Terrace Tunnel and the second Mount Vic Tunnel. They're in a process of consultation at the moment. It's not very long. It finishes in mid-December. They're starting to run drop-in meetings for people who might be affected by it. One of those is on tonight, 7 p.m. at St Joseph's in Mount Vic. If you want to know other sessions that are being held, go to nzta.govt.nz, look for the State Highway 1 Wellington improvements, and there's a list of more sessions and so on there. This is a really important issue. While I think it's a good idea to have a second Mount Vic tunnel, the plans that they've got are going to have some really serious effects in Vivian Street, top of Cambridge Terrace around the Basin Reserve, and for Hataita around Moxham Avenue. Have a close look at it. We really need everybody's input as much as possible. Thank you.